On Capitol Hill, police reform continues to take center stage as protests continue across the country. But at least one Republican senator says he's not sure there will ever be a law establishing use of force by police officers. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales has more. Erik.
Well, Owen, that senator is Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina. He is the only African-American Republican in the Senate. Now, he says to be able to establish a universal standard of use of force, that would be nearly impossible because there are so many different types of scenarios.
In the same way that we responded to the coronavirus, I'm hopeful that we'll respond to police reform.
Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina says he believes a national use of force standard will be nearly impossible to implement. But he does see areas where House Democrats' Justice and Policing Act and the bill taking shape in the Senate under his leadership have common ground.
I think we both have the desire to see the chokehold used infinitely less. We take two different paths to get there, but that's one area. I think the duty to intervene is something that we have in our legislation, watching the three officers stand there while the other one was on Mr. Floyd's neck. That's something that we should work on.
The GOP plan also calls for police de-escalation training, use of force police oversight boards, and restrictions for police carrying out no-knock warrants. That has similarities with the proposal Democrats unveiled 1 week ago.
It will combat police brutality by requiring body and dashboard cameras, banning chokeholds, no-knock warrants in drug cases, and end racial profiling.
And today, Maryland's Catholic bishops issued a letter on racial justice stating, quote, "We must act to bring about true change. We continue to pray that the Holy Spirit will enlighten the minds and hearts of our elected representatives. U.S. lawmakers will need those prayers Wednesday, when the House Judiciary Committee will mark up their bill and when Senate Republicans are expected to unveil their bill, each one aimed at eradicating police misconduct."
My experience with this, fortunately, did not lead to bodily harm, but the point is that this is something that is serious, that happens to African Americans all over the place.
Of course, any legislation will need to be approved by President Trump for his signature. Now, Senator Scott says that he is confident President Trump will do what's in the best interest, not only for African Americans, but also the entire nation. Owen?
Correspondent Erik Rosales reporting from Capitol Hill tonight. Thank you, Erik.